Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It was a race against the time because I wanted to photograph this beautiful sunrise, and we almost got the super beautiful sky. But yeah, the clouds on the horizon were just a little bit too thick, so it just didn't happen. It was too bad. And I've been like running here into this nature reservoir. I don't know how to say it in English. And I was looking for a composition, and I was like, I have to find something. And then the light is coming, and I saw the glow at the horizon. I was like, I have to hurry. And then I saw this beautiful, it's an old oak, not an old, but it's an oak tree. And then in the back there, we got a pine tree. And then a little bit on to the right here, we got our beautiful sunrise. But it just didn't happen. I've been running like crazy for nothing, or not for nothing, because we still got a bit of a beautiful sky. So it's still, I think it was worth the running. And I've put on the Tokina 11 to 60 millimeters for this composition. First I tried it with the Sigma 18 to 35, but I was just a little bit too close to this oak tree. So the Tokina at 11 millimeters, yes. 11 millimeters, the widest this lens can go. And in front of the lens we got purple header. That's at the moment, of course, not purple, because it's a little bit freezing. We got a little bit of frost on that header, so that makes a beautiful contrast in this landscape, because we got some darker spots. We got in front of us that beautiful white frosty header, and then our beautiful oak tree with the beautiful sky. I photographed it at f11, 25 of a second for the sky, and I went to, what am I doing? Like 10 seconds for 10th of a second, 15th of a second for the foreground. So I'm gonna need to blend both parts into each other to create that beautiful photo. First photo done for the day, get that creativity flowing. So let's search for another composition. Found a new composition here in this landscape, and camera is here in portrait orientation with the Tamron 100 to 400, and I'm photographing this a little bit of grass here in this frozen lake, and then behind it that beautiful pine tree. And I've aligned that little bush here, that grass, in the middle of the frame with the pine tree in one line. So we got that beautiful foreground element to make the composition a little bit more interesting. I'm still waiting a little bit till we get a little bit of more side glow from the sunlight, because it's already super beautiful. But if we get a little bit more light, just a tiny bit, to make this composition or the atmosphere in this photo a little bit better, it's gonna be like a little bit more of a magical photo, if you want. And the tripod is like in an awkward position, because I want to go as slow as possible to bring that little bush and the pine tree together, but also don't have the foregrounds here, the header in the foreground, into the composition. So I just want that little bush, the pine tree. And then sadly enough, there's a little bit of sky in this composition, but it didn't matter what I've done. It doesn't matter what I try to do. There's still a little bit of sky in this composition, because it's just the frame is just too tight to crop it out. And yeah, like I was saying, the sky, it's inevitable to get it in the composition. Is that the correct word for it? So I cannot leave it out, because the trees in the back are like going down and up, and yeah, So it's in the composition. I've tried to not have it in the composition, but now with the light coming into the frame, super beautiful. And I'm gonna see if it's on the PC when I'm editing this photo, if the scene without light but just a little bit of warm side glow in this composition is better, or now with the light in the landscape, if that's better. I also did I made the photos to do a focus tag, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'm gonna leave the little piece of grass here out of focus so it's soft in the composition, or maybe I will do a focus tag and everything will be sharp. We have to see what we're going to do. If you're liking the video so far, give it a thumbs up, and maybe subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Watch the video till the end because YouTube really likes that, and it will push my video to other people to grow this channel. So yeah, subscribe, it's free. I was yesterday looking at the apps to see what conditions we could have expect this morning, and it was not really spectacular. We got a little bit of frost, but the cloud coverage wasn't that super good to expect a beautiful sunrise. And then I asked at the AI, like, is there a place in Belgium where we can expect maybe some fog and maybe a beautiful sunrise? And the AI was like, oh yeah, in the third in Belgium, you're absolutely gonna get some mist in the landscape, a beautiful sunrise. So set your alarm and go. And I was like, really? Because all my apps aren't telling me that. And the AI was like, no, I'm certain. I've looked it up at the local internet there, and some people that are talking about nature. I was like, you have to set your alarm and go. I asked another AI, and it was like, nope, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get mist. And the cloud coverage is probably going to be pretty thick when the sun is rising, so the chances at a beautiful sunrise are very slim. And I was like, I'm just gonna try it, what the other AI told me, and set my alarm and see what we can expect. Although it was like, this morning was like, I just want to stay in bed and don't take the risk of driving an hour just not to find any mist, and maybe don't even find good compositions. Don't trust AI yet, I don't know. I'm a little bit scared to say it because everything what goes on the internet they know. I've made my composition with the Tamron 100 to 400 with this beautiful young pine tree here. It's yellow, and then the tree in the back, all the frost from this morning is melting away, and when the sun hits those droplets, it's like it's shiny and everything. But now I'm waiting till the sun is actually shining again on the tree, because the sky is blocked at the moment, or the sun is blocked at the moment because of the sky. So yeah, just a bit of waiting now, refining my composition, and hopefully the sun will lit up this landscape again and make this tree shiny. While I was packing my gear, I saw here on this branch, I saw, I don't know what it is, it's like a bit of moss or something, I guess. And in that moss we got some red balls, maybe some sort of fruit of the moss, I don't know. But I don't have a macro lens to photograph it. And the only lens that I have, I can photograph it with, is my 50mm. And I don't know if you knew this, apparently you have adapters for it, I don't have it, but if you put your lens with the front side against your body, and then you open up there's a small lever here. If you pull that, you can you see that? It's opening up the aperture of this lens. So I will let light into the camera. And it's a super shallow depth of field with a 50mm lens. I've tried it with other lenses, it doesn't work with other lenses. It's apparently, for me, only the 50mm is working for me. So I'm gonna try to photograph those red balls, but you don't get a nice bokeh like in other macro lens, because with the macro lens you can really blur out beautifully the background and the foreground, but with this lens it's not the same. So I photographed it at ISO 100, 40th of a second, and the aperture, I don't know. Look at this tree, so amazing. If you would have some mist, this tree would be so cool to photograph, but now with everything around it, I think it's a little bit too cluttered to photograph this tree. I'm so tempted to try it and see what will happen. But on the other hand, I'm like, it's too much. There's too much going on in this landscape. But what a tree. Let's search for another tree or something else in the landscape here. So I didn't want to miss this tree. I've put on the 50mm and took a few handheld photos of this tree. I'm gonna see on the PC what photo is the best for this tree, or maybe two photos, because I took horizontal photos and a few vertical photos. And now the sunlight is lighting up some parts of the tree. So yeah, I hope with the 50mm it's a little bit of a close-up of the tree. So it's not the whole tree, but I hope it's still going to be a bit of a moody atmosphere in this picture, because I photographed it a little bit underexposed. When I'm standing next to this tree, I have the feeling like it's from a witch movie or something. So a scary movie or something. So yeah, let me know what you think of the photos. Was it worth pulling out the 50mm and take some handheld photos, or would you also be like, yeah, no mist, no photo, it wasn't worth it? So I've just stopped very quickly to photograph this beautiful birch tree here, but I'm not photographing the tree entirely, but I'm trying just to photograph a few parts of the tree, because the sun is lining up from behind. It's super nice, and the droplets from all the ice that was on this tree this morning is melting away. And yeah, it's like it's glistening in the light. I've put on the Tamron 100 to 400, and I've tried to shoot a few compositions from this tree, just a part of this tree. And I think my last one is a vertical one. It's just a piece of the tree trunk and some leaves that are in this tree. I'm gonna try to show you guys. So this is the photo, and I think it's gonna be my favorite photo from this tree, from the birch tree. I photographed it at f5.6 at ISO 100 at 125 of a second. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope I will see you in the next one. YouTube thinks you will like this video, so go watch it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.